Hi, this is just a demonstration of some arm swings, and the idea of this is not a continual movement, but just to experiment with different ways of initiating movement. So for example, I'll do an arm swing across the body, and the easy way is to perhaps start with a twist to the left. So I'm twisting to the left, or even I could start with a slight twist to the right so the arm swings that way, and then carry the movement. Now another way, suppose so I could do it that way. If I'm just swinging the arm, if I want to swing the arm straight forward, I could do the same thing, do a back swing first, slight back swing, and then swing the arm forward, slight back swing, swing the arm forward. If I wanted to do a swing my arm that way, I could turn to the left first and then twist right. So I'll do that from the back. And what other possibilities are there? Anyway, that'll be for now, or even just a punch. So I could, if I'm punching my right arm forward, I could swing back first, that brings the shoulder back, and then forward. Now, what if, so another question is, what if I was constrained from using my rib cage, perhaps without starting with a counter swing, without starting with a counter rotation, just rotating in the direction I wanted to twist. So it could be starting with the straight forward, or starting with the rib cage with one side already twisted back, so I'm going to be going that way. So say there's no room to go back, so I'd want to twist forward. Now for that action, it might be helpful to stiffen the arm just a little bit. So instead of it being left behind, see the way it lags there, it's not being carried forward. So I have to add just a little bit of stiffness to the arm so that it initiates, so it goes forward at the same time as my body turns forward. And then as the arm starts to swing, I release it, and it feels as natural as possible. I'm trying to make it feel as natural as possible. So I could start from back here, or I could start with the ribcage square. And I might actually be cheating a bit. I might be using muscles at the front of the arm to help carry it forward there a bit, but I could try and practice that so that I do get as natural, as effortless a swing as possible. If I was doing the punch, we'll go to that one later. So with the arm swing, so swinging to that side again, I'd have to, instead of my arm being left where it is, I'd have to engage the arm just a little bit so that it moves, tighten it just enough so that it moves as much as possible with the body, and then I can get it to swing, moving the opposite way, so probably tightening the back of the body just a little bit. And what may be helpful is adjusting the position of the shoulder blade relative to the rib cage. What may also be helpful is adjusting the position of the rib cage so that ideally it feels as natural as possible. Another idea, what if the rib cage can't move at all and you're trying to generate the swing of the arm, say perhaps by moving the shoulder blade relative to the rib cage. So for example, I could do this action, try and swing the arm forward. Again, I'm trying to be as natural as possible under the constraints of not being able to use my rib cage. So for the arm to the side, I probably have to use a shoulder muscle. Or what I could do actually, for the arm to the side, there's a slide, I could use a rotation. And for that, there may have to be some action of the There may have to be some action of the scapular, some scapular control as well. So doing it to the side, moving, I'm using this muscle here. But might be able to rotate the arm inwards to help generate that swinging feeling. And with a punch, what I would do, if I couldn't use my rib cage, I'd practice just moving my shoulder forward first and try and get a feeling where the arm is moving as forward, as relaxed as possible, and then turn that into a punch. And with my left arm, I have some problems. There's something not quite right, so it doesn't always feel as natural with my left arm, but assuming everything's working all right, then it can feel fairly natural under the constraints of not being able to use my rib cage to, or even my hips to generate the movement. It can feel fairly natural just to go like that.